Hello and welcome students in the class of zoology. We were discussing animal tissue and under the topic animal tissue you have studied epithelial tissue, then connective tissue. Under the connective tissue you have studied loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue. Now it's time to discuss special connective tissue. Special connective tissue is further divided into two types of tissues, skeletal tissue and vascular tissue. We were discussing skeletal tissue under which cartilage has been discussed. Now it's time to discuss second part of the skeletal tissue, that is bone. Bone is the hardest connective tissue. Bone is the hardest connective tissue. %70 of bone is formed of inorganic material. 70% of bone is formed of inorganic material. Out of these inorganic materials, calcium phosphate, magnesium phosphate, calcium carbonate, calcium fluoride, etc. are important inorganic salts of bone. And the remaining 30% of bone is formed of organic material, and that organic material is a protein and is known as osine. Osine is the protein of bone. Bone is formed of 70% inorganic material and 30% organic material, and cells of bones are called osteoblast. Osteoblasts are young bone forming cells, and mature bone cells are called osteocytes. So, components of bone. There are two components of bone: cells and matrix. Let us talk about the components of bone. Cells of bones are called osteoblasts, and mature bone cells are called osteocytes. Osteocytes have less cell organelle and they are nearly inactive cells and exhibit minimum metabolic activities, whereas osteoblasts are metabolically more active. Osteoblast cells are present just below the periosteum. In this diagram, here the transverse section of dried bone is shown, in which towards the circumference outermost layer, which is indicated by blue line, black line and these two dotted lines, this peripheral region of the bone is known as periosteum. Periosteum is an example of dense irregular connective tissue, and it surrounds compact bone from outside, and just below the periosteum osteoblast cells are present. These osteoblast cells secrete matrix of the bone, which is present in the form of lamellae. Matrix of bone is solid and is present in the form of concentric lamellae. And this lamellae of the bone is strip shaped and is present one after the other concentrically. In diagram you can see that this is the lamellae of bone. This is the lamellae of bone, and lamellae of bone are compact and highly mineralized. Between two successive lamellae of bones, osteocyte cells are present in a hollow space which is known as lacunae. Lacunae is a hollow space in which star-shaped osteocytes are present. Osteocyte cells give rise many protoplasmic processes which are known as philopodia or protoplasmic processes. Protoplasmic processes of osteocytes are present in fine canaliculi present in the matrix of bone. In fine canaliculi, fine filamentous philopodia or protoplasmic processes of bones are present. In this way, bone is formed of matrix and cells. Young bone cells are called osteoblast and mature bone cells called osteocytes. Matrix of bone is present in the form of solid inorganic material and is in the form of concentric lamellae, and these concentric lamellae are arranged circumferentially one after the other. Between the lamellae of bone, small hollow spaces are present in which star-shaped osteocytes are present. Osteocytes give rise to many filamentous protoplasmic processes which are called philopodia or protoplasmic processes. In the matrix of bone, collagen fibers are present. With the help of collagen fibers and inorganic salts, matrix of bone becomes very hard and strong. This matrix of bone is present in the form of concentric lamellae. These lamellae in the bone are of four types. lamellae which are present in the outer peripheral zone of the bone are called outer circumferential lamellae. Outer circumferential lamellae. In the bone, the outermost covering is periosteum, which is an example of dense irregular connective tissue. Periosteum itself is formed of two sublayers, outer fibrous layer and inner layer is bone secreting layer formed of osteoblast cells. Outer fibrous layer is formed of collagen fibers which are present in the form of network as irregular dense fibers. Just below the periosteum membrane, odontoblast cells are present. These odontoblast cells give rise to lamellae of the bone, and these lamellae are released from circumference to the center centripetally. In this way, many lamellae are produced one after the other. Between two successive lamellae, hollow spaces are present in which star-shaped osteocyte cells are present. As you know that the matrix of bone is present in the form of concentric lamellae, let us talk about the types of lamellae of bone. In bone, there are 4 types of lamellae. The first lamellae is outer circumferential lamellae. This is the first type of lamellae, outer circumferential lamellae. And second lamellae is interstitial lamellae. Interstitial lamellae is present between two Haversian systems. This is interstitial lamellae. Towards the inner side of transverse section of dried bone, and another membrane is present which is called endosteum. Endosteum. Innermost layer of endosteum is formed of fibrous network of collagen fibers. Endosteum is also an example of dense irregular connective tissue, and its innermost layer is formed of dense network of collagen fibers, and outermost layer is formed of osteoblast cells. These osteoblast cells also produce lamellae of the bone. In this way, lamellae of the bones are produced from outer circumferential lamellae, from periosteum, from periphery to center, and bone lamellae are also produced from center to periphery by the osteoblast cells of endosteum. Osteoblast cells are present on inner surface of endosteum, and below the periosteum also osteoblast cells are present. Towards the inner surface of periosteum, osteoblast cells are present. In this way, osteoblast cells produce lamellae from circumference, outer circumference, as well as from inner circumference. On the basis of production of lamellae, there are 4 types of lamellae in transverse section of bone. First is outer circumferential lamellae. Second is interstitial lamellae. Interstitial lamellae is present between two Haversian systems. In between two Haversian systems, lamellae present between two Haversian systems is known as interstitial lamellae. Here you can easily visualize blue colored circle which is Haversian canal. Haversian canals are longitudinal canals which are present only in mammalian bones. Haversian canals carry arteries, veins, nerves, lymphatic vessels and osteoblast cells. Lamellae which are present around this Haversian canal are called Haversian lamellae. Haversian lamellae are present concentrically around Haversian canal. Around this Haversian canal, many concentric lamellae from center to periphery are present, and around this Haversian canal also many concentric lamellae are present. In the overlapping zone of two Haversian lamellae, interstitial lamellae are present. Haversian canal and arteries, veins, lymphatic vessels and nerves and odontoblast cells embedded in connective tissue inside the Haversian canal. Along with these concentric Haversian lamellae together with form what is known as Haversian system. This is one Haversian system and this is the other Haversian system, and the lamellae present between two Haversian systems is known as interstitial lamellae. Lamellae present between two Haversian systems is known as interstitial lamellae. So now you are in condition to understand the structure of bone. The structure of bone is constituted peripherally of periosteum, which is an example of dense irregular connective tissue. Just below the periosteum, periosteum, osteoblast cells are present, and these osteoblast cells give rise to outer circumferential lamellae of the bone. Outer circumferential lamellae of the bone are multilayered, and after outer circumferential lamellae, in the center of the bone Haversian system is present, and towards the innermost side of the transverse section of dry bone, endosteum is present. Endosteum is also an example of dense irregular connective tissue. Its innermost layer is formed of collagen fibers, dense network of collagen fibers, and towards its outer surface, osteoblast cells are present that produce lamellae of the bone. In this way, 4 ingredients of the bone has been explained: periosteum and lamellae, number 2, number 3, Haversian system, and number 4, innermost endosteum. In bone, periosteum also gives rise to lamellae of the bone, and endosteum also gives rise to lamellae of bone. In this way, growth of bone is bidirectional, towards outside to inside and towards inside to outside. In this way, growth of bone is bidirectional, whereas growth of cartilage is unidirectional. This is very significant difference between bone and cartilage. Inside the compact bone, there is a hollow space in which bone marrow is filled. Bone marrow is filled inside the hollow space of long bones. Let us now talk about the study of organic component of bone and inorganic component of bone. For studying inorganic component of bone, we study dried bone, and for studying organic components of bone, we study decalcified bone. First of all, let us try to understand dried bone. When a bone is dried with the help of high temperature, then its all the living content disappears and only inorganic component remains there, and such a bone is known as dried bone. In dried bone, living matter is absent, but mineral matter is present. To study mineral matter of bone, we use dried bone. Now, let us talk about decalcified bone. When we treat bone with dilute hydrochloric acid, then all the mineral matter of bone is eroded and only the organic matter remains there in decalcified bone. Therefore, in decalcified bone, there is no mineral matter and living content of the bone, that is bone marrow, is present. Let us compare between dried bone and decalcified bone. First of all, dried bone. Dried bone is formed by heating bone at very high temperature. Decalcified bone is obtained after treating bone with dilute hydrochloric acid. Dried bone is devoid of living components and decalcified bone is devoid of mineral matter. In dried bone, bone marrow is present. In dried bone, mineral matter is present and bone marrow is absent, whereas in decalcified bone, mineral matter is absent and bone marrow is present. It was the comparison between dried bone and decalcified bone. Now, let us talk about the two types of bones, compact bone and spongy bone. Bones are of two types, compact bone and spongy bone. Compact bone is tightly packed bone, and compact bone is present in the shaft of long bones. In compact bone, periosteum, endosteum, and yellow bone marrow is present, and lamellae of the bones are well organized and Haversian system is present. Whereas in spongy bones, spongy bone is formed of network of flattened plates of inorganic material, and this network of plates of mineral matter forms a sponge-like structure which is known as spongy bone or cancellous bone. Network of plates of inorganic matter form many fine tube-like structures. Those fine tube-like structures are called trabeculae. In spongy bone, red bone marrow is present, whereas in compact bone, yellow bone marrow is present. In compact bone, periosteum is present and endosteum is present, whereas in cancellous bone, network of plates is present, inside which in spongy bone, red bone marrow is present. And red bone marrow is meant for formation of different types of blood corpuscles. Red bone marrow forms red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles. Out of white blood corpuscles, granulocytes and agranulocytes are formed, and blood platelets are also produced by red bone marrow. So, red bone marrow gives rise RBC and WBC. WBC is constituted of granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes include eosinophil, basophil and neutrophil cells, and agranulocytes include monocyte cells and basophil, monocyte cells and lymphocyte cells. Now, third type of blood fragments are blood platelets. Blood platelets are not cellular structures. These are formed by fragmentation of megakaryocytes, and these are small biconvex spindle-shaped structures present in our blood and are very significant in the process of clotting of blood. Now, you have discriminated between compact bone and spongy bone. Compact bone is present in the shaft part of the long bones, whereas spongy bone is present at the tip of long bones, which is known as epiphysis. Tip of long bones, which is known as epiphysis. In this figure, at the head of the bone, spongy bone is shown, and in the sac part of the bone, compact bone is shown. This is yellow bone marrow, and this is spongy bone. In spongy bone, red bone marrow is present. Before birth, 100% bone marrow is red bone marrow. But in the age of 5 years, in long bones, red bone marrow is replaced by yellow bone marrow. And in the age of 20 to 25 years, red bone marrow remain restricted only to the flat bones of the cranium, vertebrae, scapula, pectoral girdle, pelvic girdle, and ribs, etc. Whereas in the body of adult, maximum amount of red bone marrow is replaced by yellow bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow is present in the hollow space bone marrow cavity of shaft of long bones, and it is formed of lipoid tissue. Bone marrow tissue is very special type of tissue, and it is called neuromyeloid tissue and is specialized for formation of blood corpuscles. Formation of blood corpuscles is the function of red bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow acts as reserve stock for the formation of blood corpuscles. In emergency situations, yellow bone marrow may change to red bone marrow to produce blood corpuscles. In case of sudden requirement, acute anemia, when a person meets an accident, in that case yellow bone marrow changes to red bone marrow and participates in hemopoiesis, that is formation of blood. It was about the discussion of compact bone and spongy bone. We have discriminated between compact bone and spongy bone. In spongy bone, Haversian system, that is system of longitudinal hollow canals, is absent. In compact bone, system of longitudinal hollow canals is present. This longitudinal canal is called Haversian canal. And Haversian canals are interconnected by oblique canals known as Walkman's canal. Oblique canal that connects to Haversian canals is known as Walkman's canal. So Haversian canals, Walkman's canals, and entire Haversian system is present in compact bone and it is absent in spongy bone. In compact bone, inside is a hollow cavity in which yellow bone marrow is present, whereas in spongy bone, red bone marrow is present, and red bone marrow is responsible for formation of blood corpuscles. Yellow bone marrow is rich in lipoid tissue, that is adipose tissue, and under emergency condition, yellow bone marrow changes to white bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow changes to red bone marrow and is involved in the formation of blood cells. Under emergency conditions, yellow bone marrow changes to white bone marrow and begins to produce blood corpuscles. In this way, yellow bone marrow acts as emergency reservoir for hemopoiesis. Let us now talk about types of bones. We have discussed about the structure of bone and types of bones along with their ingredients and cavities. Now we will discuss about the types of bones. Before talking about different types of bones, here I want to inform you about the significance of bone. Bone provides infrastructure to our body. It protects visceral organs of our body, provides place for attachment of muscles, and helps in articulation between two parts of the body and helps in locomotion and is the seat of formation of blood cells. Now we are going to discuss about the types of bones. Here the first type of bone is mentioned. The first type of bone is endochondral bone or cartilage bone or replacing bone. Endochondral bone, that is bone which is formed inside the cartilage, within the cartilage, or cartilage bone or replacing bone. This type of bone is formed by ossification of cartilage or replacement of cartilage by bony tissues. Under this type of bones, our long bones, humerus, radioulna, femur, tibiofibula, pelvic girdle, scapula, pectoral girdle, excluding collarbone, and vertebrae are example of cartilage bone or replacing bone. Example: humerus, radioulna, carpals, metacarpals, femur, humerus, radioulna, carpals, metacarpals, femur, tibiofibula, tarsals, metatarsals, phalanges, vertebrae, pelvic girdle, pectoral girdle excluding collarbone are example of endochondral bone or membrane bone. First type of bone is the endochondral bone or cartilage bone or replacing bone. Endochondral bone or cartilage bone or replacing bone in our body are represented by humerus, radioulna, carpals, metacarpals, femur, tibiofibula, tarsals, metatarsals, phalanges, vertebrae of vertebral column, pelvic girdle, and scapula bone of pectoral girdle, and collar bone is not included under endochondral bone or cartilage bone or replacing bone. Now let us talk about second type of bone. Second type of bone is membrane bone or dermal bone or investing bone. Second type of bone on the basis of mode of formation is dermal bone or investing bone or membrane bone. This type of bone is formed in the dermis of skin, and after formation it is invested over the underlying cartilage. Thus, these bones are formed in dermis and are invested over already present cartilage below the dermis, hence the name investing bone. This bone is formed initially in the form of membrane, hence the name membrane bone. This bone is initially begins to form in dermis of the bone, hence the name dermal bone. Example of this type of bone are cranial bones and collar bones of pectoral girdle. Cranial bones and collar bones of pectoral girdle. Under cranial bones, you know well which bones are included under cranial bones. This is frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, occipital bone. All the cranial bones are example of membrane bone or dermal bone or investing bone. And exceptionally, bone of pectoral girdle, that is collar bone, is also an example of membrane bone. Now, third type of bone, sesamoid bone. On the basis of mechanism of formation of bone, this is the third type of bone, that is sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bone is that bone which is formed as a result of ossification of tendon. The bone which is formed as a result of ossification of bone is known as sesamoid bone. For example, kneecap, which is technically known as patella. Patella is formed by ossification of tendon, hence this is an example of sesamoid bone. Now the fourth type of bone is OS bone or visceral bone. OS bone or visceral bone. OS bone or visceral bone. This bone is separated from the skeleton and get captured in visceral organs, hence the name visceral bone or OS bone. OS bones are present in kingdom Animalia in different parts of the animals. For example, first type of OS bone is OS falciparum. OS falciparum is a bone present in the palm of mole. OS falciparum is present in the palm of mole. Second is OS rostralis. OS rostralis is second example of visceral bone or OS bone, and it is present in the snout of pig. In the snout of pig, circular OS bone is present, which is called OS rostralis. OS cordis. OS cordis is a visceral bone which is present in interventricular septum of deer. Interventricular septum of deer. Bone present in interventricular septum of deer is known as OS cordis. Next, fourth type of OS bone OS pabebri. OS pabebri is a visceral bone or OS bone which is present in the eyelid of crocodile. OS pabebri is present in the eyelid of crocodile. OS pabebri is a visceral bone which is present in the eyelid of crocodile. Now, fifth type of visceral bone is OS penis. OS penis is fifth type of visceral bone which is present in the penis of rodents and carnivorous mammals. In the penis of rodents, a visceral bone is present, which is known as os penis. Os penis, which is present in the penis of rodents and carnivorous mammals. It was all about the types of bones on the basis of their mechanism of formation. Do you know under which branch of medical science bone is studied? Bone is studied under osteology. And study of joints of bones is known as arthrology. Arthrology. Arthros means joint. Arthrology means study of bone joints. And doctors related to the study of bone joints and bones and diseases related to them are called orthopedic surgeons. Now, dear students, it's time to discuss difference between cartilage and bone. Cartilage is formed of chondrocytes, whereas bone is formed of osteocytes. Cartilage forming cells are known as chondrocytes and bone forming cells are called osteocytes. Young cartilage cells are called chondroblast and young bone cells are called osteocytes. Young cartilage cells are called chondroblast and young bone cells are called osteoblast. Young cells are called blast. Chondroblast and osteoblast. Cartilage eating cells are called chondroclast cells and bone eating cells are called osteoclast cells. Osteoclast cells are bone resorbing cells and are responsible for remodeling of bones, and chondroclast cells are responsible for remodeling of cartilage. Cartilage is surrounded by a dense irregular connective tissue which is known as perichondrium. It is surrounded by perichondrium and bone is surrounded by periosteum. Cartilage is surrounded by perichondrium and bone is surrounded by periosteum. Study of cartilage is known as chondriology and study of bone is known as osteology. Growth of cartilage is unidirectional and that of bone both is bidirectional. Growth of bone is bidirectional and that of growth of bone is bidirectional and that of cartilage is unidirectional. Matrix is homogeneous. Matrix is present in the form of concentric lamellae. Matrix of bone is present in the form of concentric lamellae, whereas matrix of cartilage is homogeneous and is present throughout the cartilage, and cells are present in series or scattered here and there in hollow space known as lacuna. 6. Chondrocytes are present in hollow space known as lacunae, and osteocytes are also present in lacunae. But in case of chondrocytes, filamentous protoplasmic processes are absent, and in case of osteocytes, filamentous protoplasmic processes are present. कार्टिलेज के केस में क्या है कि मैट्रिक्स में कॉन्ड्रिन प्रोटीन पाई जाती है. कॉन्ड्रिन प्रोटीन इज प्रेजेंट. इन बोन ओसिन प्रोटीन इज प्रेजेंट. Chondrocytes are oval in shape. And osteocytes are star shaped. In chondrocytes, filamentous processes are absent. Filamentous processes are present. कार्टिलेज में फिलामेंटस प्रोसेसेस कॉन्ड्रोसाइट्स में नहीं होती हैं, इसलिए उनको एकोमोडेट करने के लिए फाइन कैनाल्स, जिसे कैनालिकुली कहते हैं, वो कार्टिलेज में नहीं पाई जाती है. कैनालिकुली आर absent, and in case of bone, canaliculi are present. कैनालिकुली कार्टिलेज में नहीं पाई जाती है और बोन में कैनालिकुली पाई जाती है, और कैनालिकुली में प्रोटोप्लाज्मिक फिलामेंटस प्रोसेस ऑफ बोन सेल्स ऑस्टियोसाइट्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, जिसे फिलोपोडिया कहते हैं और प्रोटोप्लाज्मिक फिलामेंटस प्रोसेस कहते हैं. एंडोकॉन्ड्रियम is absent, endosteum is present, endosteum is present. एंडोकॉन्ड्रियम जैसी कोई मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होती है, लेकिन बोन के केस में एंडोऑस्टियम नाम की मेम्ब्रेन पाई जाती है. कार्टिलेज सॉफ्ट होता है और बोन हार्डेस्ट होती है. कार्टिलेज सॉफ्ट होता है और बोन हार्डेस्ट होती है. No cavity is present, and in case of bone marrow cavity is present. Bone marrow cavity is present, and long bones participate in hematopoiesis. ब्लड फॉर्मेशन में लॉन्ग बोन्स पार्टिसिपेट करती हैं, जबकि कार्टिलेज पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करती. कार्टिलेज के फॉर्मेशन को कॉन्ड्रोजेनेसिस कहते हैं. बोन के फॉर्मेशन को ऑस्टियोजेनेसिस कहते हैं. कार्टिलेज के फॉर्मेशन को कॉन्ड्रोजेनेसिस कहते हैं और बोन के फॉर्मेशन को ऑस्टियोजेनेसिस कहते हैं. जो कार्टिलेज है वो बोन में कन्वर्ट हो सकती है, लेकिन बोन कार्टिलेज में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो सकती. बोन हार्डेस्ट कनेक्टिव टिश्यू है एंड कार्टिलेज इज सॉफ्टर देन बोन बट इज हार्डर देन डेंस कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. कार्टिलेज में ऑर्गेनिक मैटर is present in greater amount. Organic matter बोन के केस में is present in lesser amount. कार्टिलेज के केस में कोलेजन फाइबर्स पाए जाते हैं. कोलेजन फाइबर्स आर प्रेजेंट एंड मे बी और मे नॉट बी डिस्टिंग्विशेबल. बोन के केस में कोलेजन फाइबर्स पाए जाते हैं, लेकिन कैल्शियम के साल्ट्स के डिपोजिशन के कारण कोलेजन फाइबर्स डिस्टिंग्विशेबल नहीं होते हैं. कोलेजन फाइबर्स आर नॉट डिस्टिंग्विशेबल. इसमें कार्टिलेज में केवल कैल्सीफाइड कार्टिलेज में कैल्शियम के साल्ट पाए जाते हैं, और वो भी कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट के साल्ट पाए जाते हैं. और बोन में हर तरह के बोन में साल्ट पाए जाते हैं. It was all about the difference between bone and cartilage or cartilage and bone. Now you are in condition to attempt any question based on the hardest connective tissue, that is bone, and the difference between cartilage and bone has also been discriminated. It's all about the hardest connective tissue, bone, and we will meet again in next lecture with new topic different from this connective tissue, and that topic will be muscular